The terrorists in my head are murdering me. They are murdering me. The voices, the terrorists talking in my head are murdering me. I want them sentenced to death. And these bitches, like, just so everyone knows, these bitches are laughing like, ha ha, we're murdering you, you stupid bitch. Ha ha, we're murdering. That's what they're saying in my fucking head. They're terrorists. I want them sentenced to death. They are Egyptian, American, Muslim, women terrorists. Terrorists. Okay? Not Egyptian Americans. Egyptian American, Muslim, women terrorists. Not Muslim, like that's the problem. It's terrorists. They're fucking terrorists. The stupid bitch is she's playing with my fucking head. I want them sentenced to fucking die. I want them to fucking die. I want them sentenced to death. I'm posting it, sweetheart. Show them the record. Go, discuss me, stupid bitch. The stupid bitch talking in my head is saying, haha, you're just mad because we're talking in your head and we're murdering you in front of everyone. And everyone thinks you're crazy. Don't tell anyone. You look, and then she keeps saying, haha, you look crazy. Like, what is it to this bitch? Fucking word. Why does she care? Like, insisting. They don't want me calling medical professionals. They don't want me calling the police. They don't want me making it obvious that they're talking in my fucking head. And they're terrorists and they're murderers. I want them sentenced to death. They are Egyptian, American, Muslim women terrorists. And they're fucking weird terrorist families. I have cried bloody murder. I have cried my eyes out. I have cried and cried and cried. Show him the record. Psycho, piece of shit. Go discuss me, hun. I dare you. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. It's in a fucking game. They're making my hair fall out right here. They're making my hair fall out. They're making me swell. Get off. Stop fucking touching me, you stupid weird ass bitch. These terrorists are there. Nobody's here. They're touching me with this telepathy. They're making me swell. Right here. I just got a tummy tuck done. You think that doesn't make me want to cry? They're stretching the skin to my forehead and they've made my hair fall out. Do you think that doesn't make me want to bawl my eyes out? I've been bawling. By the way, I am not at all violent. Like, this is not... I've had police come through here. I've had crisis assessment team. I go see professionals. My kids are here. Their friends come over. I'm not violent. It's the stupid bitches in my head. I want them sentenced to fucking death. They're murderers. They're talking in my head. And they're screaming, pretending to argue in my head. Screaming in my fucking head. Pretending to argue like as if it's coming from outside. They're fucking psycho bitches. I want them sentenced to death. You can laugh if you want to, but I know damn well you guys don't want me explaining. Oh well. Oh well, they're murdering me. That's it. Okay, well, oh well, you're not gonna get away with it. And they're talking in my head, so it's clear there are records. And they're pretending to be outside. I mean, how much more obvious do these fucking losers have to be? They're talking in my head every second of the day. And so this is a little weak spot, because as long as they're behind that telepathy weapon, these fucking terrorists talking in my head have to fucking say something. Or as long as they're torturing me, they have to disclose. I don't know what it is, but they're trying to traffic me. They don't want me to just die, because they have nothing on me. And then now I'm living in my mom's condo where there is a mortgage. They don't want me out on the street to die, because then it's eminent domain, and that's public property, and that means there's a loss in value, and it destroys the economy, because there are people dying, poor people dying outside. And the United States government wants to take it up with these terrorists that these technologies should not be in use, not here. And I think, honestly, they've been out to get, I think, possession of all of them. It's not a joke. I want them sentenced to death. They're talking in my head. How do you like that? Alexa, what time is it? I gotta get ready. They're making me swell. Sorry. 8:31 a.m. Honey, I'm putting it on YouTube. I don't care. I know you're a sneaky bitch. They try to show my broth. They can control your mind. They can control your body. They can control your mind and make you feel like they can control your body and make you feel like you're the one who decided these decisions for yourself. I have just become so sensitive to it that I know exactly when they're doing it all the time. Plus, they want to make claims that I'm in the right state of mind, I'm not disabled, and I am making the decision to be irresponsible in a sound mind. Those are the claims they want to make against me. They're terrorists talking in my head. Hashtiki milyon marra. She's like, hypochondriacs. I started screaming last night from the attacks. Like I couldn't, it was like my body was, it was like a toxin, and my nerves start to shake, and I can't like hold it in. I have to scream. And so I started screaming. My poor neighbors, dude. And so I called the crisis assessment team. They're still doing. I called the crisis assessment team. They came right out. Thank God. And, you know, they did a wellness check, make sure I'm okay. I told them, hey, I have things to do. My daughter has. And they're, the terrorists in my head are trying to occupy my mind. So this is the last video for a little while. But I told them my daughter has winter formal this weekend. She has a tutor coming today, a brand new tutor, because the first tutor, which the voices in my head have said, played with her mind and had her decide she's not gonna stick it out with Leah, although she was great. And although Leah really liked her, at first it was like a rough start because my daughter was you know, refusing, as all children do. And then shortly after, it didn't even take 1 or 2 sessions, and she was comfortable. And then sure enough, she left, and the voices were like, haha, I told you, if you keep telling, I'm gonna fucking ruin your life. Sorry, I'm parched, and they're dehydrating me. There's all this plaque on my teeth because of all the attacks. Parched, and my lips start to get dry from the attacks from this telepathy weapon. So I want to, moving on. I hired on another tutor, and she's adorable. She's a sweetheart. She came on Tuesday, and now I have another one because we're going through a trial coming in today. Today's tutor, I am super excited for. And I believe that he could really help my daughter tremendously. He's a little bit older than the one that I had initially. And I think a little more seasoned, clearly more seasoned. No offense to either of the tutors that I had prior, but I feel like he'll make a difference, and I'm really excited about him. And so they thought they were going to corner me, like, okay, well, if we're gonna have you institutionalized, like they were going to try and scare me senseless or something, as if I'm not. I've already explained to everyone I have schizophrenia. So if I went into the hospital and then I told the gentleman, I'm so sorry, I had to go in because I was having a major, episode. It's not like, what, he wouldn't have understood that? I'm not hiding it from anyone. So, and he has, so today I'm excited about that. I'm excited for her winter formal. I have to schedule her makeup and her hair today. I want to make sure that she has somebody to do that. And then we're going to go get accessories either today or tomorrow. And Saturday, hopefully she'll have her appointments lined up. And then by the time it's time to start heading to winter formal, she should be all ready to go like a princess. So I am... So it was like they were trying to corner me, like, okay, sorry I got off on another rail, but, like, okay, well, we'll just ruin we'll just rip your daughter's heart out. You're just gonna get, because I've said, if this continues, I'm gonna go ahead and check myself in. After my daughter's winter formal. So they figured, okay, well, we'll just do it during the weekend of her winter formal, and we'll make it clear to this bitch that it's any time that she has something going on that we're going to continue to do this. But it's a front, because these bitches don't want me calling. They don't want anybody. They don't want the police being called. What they really want is for the neighbors to get together and discuss me, okay, the terrorist talking in my head, to ask me to leave, because and it's fucking stupid, because they're not gonna get shit out of me. I don't do drugs. These bitches want to shove drugs down my fucking throat. They're terrorists talking in my head. They're murderers. They're pedophiles. They're rapists. They're fucking serial killers. I want them sentenced to death. I want them in caskets. They're women and the men, because every time, and I'm so glad they feel that way finally. If it wasn't for me. Okay, these bitches they don't want to be sentenced to death. They care now about the people after everything they've done. Like, and this isn't just to me. They've said they've done this to, they're committing acts of genocide, like in communities, in entire communities of African Americans. And mind you, my kids are half African American. The terrorists in my head are fucking, they're sick. They're racist. They're trash. I want them sentenced to death. Anyways, I gotta get ready. They don't want me getting ready or trying, although my hair fell out, trying my best, and I feel like I look old because of all of this stretching and my forehead skin and all these like rolls right here. And then my eyes they're playing with the color of my eyes, and the inflammation around my face, and the dehydration, and just so all of the aging, or like not aging, but the injuries that they've caused me makes me look aged. And then, oh my gosh, you don't feel feminine at all when you're being abused all day long. Like, I don't ever feel sexy. I always feel like I'm on the defense, like I'm fighting these terrorists in my head. They're like, bitch, get the fuck out. Go do drugs. Or you don't even have to do drugs. Just fucking slit your fucking wrist, stupid bitch. In my fucking head. They're terrorists. I want them in fucking caskets. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my fucking head. I've already reported it to the police department. I've already tried. I tried a million times. At first I didn't know who it was. Now I know. I will be reporting them. I will be, if they check me in, if they check me into the mental institute until there are enough records to provide that the government can argue on my behalf. No, these bitches are murderers, they're rapists, they're pedophiles, they're drugging, and they're trafficking, and they're intoxicating, and they're causing brain damage, property damage, stealing intellectual property, and I just want them to go in on these bitches. I'm done talking. Defaming, framing, falsely framing, convicting, and like just everything they're fucking doing. I want them sentenced to death for everything, God damn it, everything. I'm so sorry. They're making me scream. It's not me. I'm just so, like, and then this piece of shit talking in my head is a pervert. He's a weirdo. He wants women like scratching their boobs in front of the camera, or they want me to feel uncomfortable. Like, this is ridiculous. They don't want me posting this. I'm done talking. They don't want me explaining what I'm hearing in my head. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. The men were ready to die, but the problem is the women sat there. This is how stupid, ridiculous the voices are in my head. So, okay, let me hurry up because it's almost it's 8:40, and I said I wanted to be done early today. The men were like, okay, we'll just live it up, right? We'll just launder the money, live it up. We'll do what we have to do until we get everything we need, which means they have to commit murder and state that their assets are, they're at losses because of the number of homeless people and the number of this and the number of that. Okay, so that they can gain financial ownership, so that they can launder and steal the money using this telepathy weapon. Excuse me, he's causing me strokes as I'm talking. So, and then starting to irritate my sinuses. What was I saying? So they're laundering the money, and so the women, this is what I'm saying about the women thought in their stupid fucking, like, peewee fucking brains, hey, well, if the men are the ones committing the crimes, and I'm nowhere around, I would assume, although I think they have done a lot of dirt themselves, but I think they figure if the men do, like, if they do the trafficking, I think that's what it is. The women basically traffic the people while the men actually commit the crimes of murder. Then, in fact, it's like they didn't feel like they were actually committing a crime. And they would just get off, and the men would take responsibility for the crimes because, there's plenty of evidence providing that they're responsible. But the U.S. government isn't having it. They want the women also being convicted. And where was I going with this? How disgusting they must be. And so the women think that, let me just tell you how stupid they sound. So they think that it isn't as bad for them to traffic people so that they can set everybody up and make sure to frame them while the men actually commit the crimes of murder. So the women think that them walking away after their brothers and dads and their friends and their cousins and whoever they're involved with in this terrorist organization, after they committed all these murders, that they're really not, they don't think that they're crazy. Like, they don't actually think that they're criminals. In their peewee ass mind, they're innocent victims. Because now everybody wants to sentence them to death because they were trafficking people using a telepathy weapon. These fucking terrorist women are so fucking loony. I'm like, okay, so your man wants to die for you, bitch. Your man wants to die after what he's done. He's done for what he's done and for you. And you want to sit here, take claims to the money after the trafficking to help him get there, and you fucking think, bitch, you're fucking any better. If anything, these bitches are much worse. The women are way worse. They're sluts, they're terrorists, they're whores. I swear to God. I want them sentenced to death. I'm done talking. The piece of shit in my head said, "You're so fucking dead." I'm so glad he keeps saying I'm so fucking dead in my head, because that only means that anybody that hears this will be on my side. So he's crossing everyone. It's not just me. And mind you, I don't owe them money. I don't know them. Like, I don't know them. How can I owe them money? I never dated them. I don't date Egyptians. It's no offense. I love Egyptians. I don't date any. And I've never, and then, mind you, I come from a Christian family. My family is not to be, this is pretty typical for Egyptians, so don't misunderstand, but we don't date Muslims like that. Although I have a different take on it now. But because they're terrorists. It's true. Islam is one thing and terrorism is another. And the terrorists talking in my fucking head are terrorists. They're just, it's on their birth certificate identified that they're Muslim. They're trash. They're actually trashy terrorists. I want them sentenced to fucking death. What else was I gonna say? I think that's it. But oh yeah. They think they're better. Like they think they're like they haven't committed crimes because they weren't the ones that did the gruesome work. It was the men. The women are straight trash. Straight trash. And now it's like, well, the United States wants a sentence to death. Well, then fuck that. They tried to crack my head open. Like I said, I fell backwards. I fell so hard I dented my head from being dizzy from these attacks. I want these terrorists sentenced to death. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I gotta get ready for my day. I said my daughter has a lot to do. I want to make calls. I want to try and work. And I have the tutor coming, so I have a lot going on today. I'm not intending to do this all day. I most likely will tomorrow, or definitely after the winter formal. So I know for a fact that the attacks on me from now until then are going to be pretty aggressive, because it's like, oh yay, this opportunity, she has some vulnerable time to sit here and attack her. That's just how they are. They're terrorists. But the thing is, they don't have anything on me, and they never will. I mean, like, if I was naive, like, I don't know, I don't entertain drugs, so I can't even imagine what if they didn't talk. Like, they're talking in my head, like, okay, we're making everything miserable. Why don't you just fucking kill yourself or do drugs? And then now I'm talking in my head. It's just like they're talking in my fucking head. It's just we're done. They just don't want me telling everyone they're talking in my head, because at this point, because they want to run back and get behind these weapons again, these technologies, these telepathy weapons, and they want to claim that the voices I heard were outside, and they need to investigate what's going on, and whatever they need to do to clean up whatever mess they've made. So at this point, as long as I'm saying I hear voices in my head, then they can go. Then when they go request that they do this again, and they say, okay, well, let's review your records, right? They have to have clean records. They have to show that, yes, I am a criminal. Yes, I am a drug addict. Yes, I am this. Yes, I am that. If I'm not, and they have no justification to further investigate me, and clearly it sounds like this is the end of their investigation. It lands on whatever happens to me, right? And they're like I said, they're talking in my head. Then what was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? It's the end of to get behind it. So if I'm not doing drugs and I'm not killing, well, no, I'm saying, this is what I was saying. Sorry, they're playing with my head again. As long as I'm saying I hear the voices in my head, which I honest God do, when they go request to further investigate, they're gonna review the records and audit to make sure that they didn't take any money They didn't steal anything. They didn't because these are telepathy technologies. There's people's intellectual property. People, so they review all these records to allow them permissions to use it. And then these records are stored and then I don't know if there are limits to how long they hold on to the records before they decide, okay, this is irrelevant now, let's erase them. But it doesn't sound like the government is letting any of the records go. It sounds like they have every record ever since these terrorists stepped foot into our country, honest to God. So, with that said, um, um, yeah, me saying I hear voices in my head, they're gonna hear the voices when they go to review the records there, and they're gonna see me talking and saying over and over again, it's the voices in my fucking head. Then they're gonna hear the voices because the terrorist in my head keeps saying they can see through my eyes, they can hear what I'm hearing, they can. So I sit here and I record to make sure nobody here is it. To make sure it's obvious it's nobody here, and on top of it, I'm saying it's nobody here. It's nobody here, and no one else is calling the cops. There's over 100 people, and to hear them from inside my condo, and there's no one here. Plus, there's records, and it's like, well, why didn't anybody else outside call the cops? Renee couldn't have been the only one to hear it. Her neighbors, anybody could have heard it. So, at this point, it's obvious they're going to be convicted for murder. I'm not joking. I'm done talking. I want them sentenced to death. There is no way in hell I'm denying hearing them in my head, and I'm not denying what I've heard. They said they murdered, they're pedophiles, they're rapists, they're terrorists, they're money laundering, they're defaming, framing, sentencing people to death. These terrorists are disgusting, and I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done. Before I thought I was embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I hear voices. I shouldn't tell anyone. Bullshit. Bullshit. That is the most bullshit thing you could possibly ever do to yourself. Go tell people that you hear voices in yours. And if they believe you're schizophrenic, that's because they don't know. They don't know what's going on, because these weapons, there are so many entities out there, right? And basically, at this point, trying to investigate these terrorists. And they don't want to violate there are so many entities, the government entities involved trying to investigate these terrorists, and it's a threat to their national securities to come forward with these records. With these technologies. And then, there's so many layers to it. I can probably go on for hours. And they're playing with my head, so it's not like I'm saying what I want to say. It's a lot of like them messing with my head. So basically, they are being investigated. The issue is they're not the government's. What was I trying to say? What was I saying? What was I saying? He's the one playing with my head because he wants me. I'm going to post it anyway. Honey, if that's the case, then the government has these records, and if they want to provide it to whoever is necessary to hear it, then they can, to show them everything. Sweetheart, if someone's questioning it, sweetie pie. So there are records, like I said, he's manipulating what I'm saying, and I honestly, he's playing with my head, so I can't remember what I was going to say. And nonetheless, I'm not gonna stop admitting that I hear voices in my head. No one hears them outside. No police hear them when they come. There's no witnesses to what I'm hearing. I'm not gonna sit here and deny them. I'm not gonna sit here and hide like. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I want to show people like how quickly I've the injuries they've caused me have made me look like I've aged. On the contrary, and I still want people to see that I'm still trying to look presentable, still taking care of myself. Still have I have great hygiene. I'm great. Like, I'm a sweetheart. I take care of myself. I take care of my place. I take care of my kids. I am responsible. This is just, I'm done. I'm done with these terrorists. I want them sentenced to death. Um, and that's sad. Right now they're trying to stop me from getting ready. So I gotta go. Anyways, hope all of you enjoy your day if you're listening. If not, well, hopefully eventually this will come out and you'll have no choice because it'll be all over the media. All right, bye.